I want to explain to you how you can become a successful trader. I'm going to explain to you from my beliefs as to what I think is the absolute paramount things you need to be consistently profitable long term. Not profitable for a week, not profitable for just a month or a year. I'm talking about profitable for decades to come. And it's in the form of the trading trifecta. There are lots of opinions on what it takes to become consistently profitable, but the well-rounded trader is the one that wins. The well-rounded trader has everything. Your goal as a trader should be to come in, not to just be a master of technicals or a master of the mind. Your goal should be to be a well-rounded trader, which means that you are proficient in all of it. What do I mean by that? The trading trifecta. The trading trifecta is actually very simple. All it essentially means is that you become a trader that is extremely proficient with a proven profitable edge. So you're trading a system that has a proven edge, a statistical edge that is backed, tested, and then you have a competent mind to be able to execute it. It's really that simple. It's the equivalent of if you trusted a doctor to perform heart surgery, you wouldn't just trust the knowledgeable doctor, you would trust the knowledgeable doctor that has the experience, that's really good under pressure when it's something that could be life-threatening. It's the same with trading. These things go unpunished. When you're dealing with a very small account, you'll have a trader that can execute on small amounts of money because there's not much consequence involved. And then what we tend to see is traders, when they have more money on the table, all of the psychological issues come to the surface. You might think I can cross that bridge when it comes to it, but when these things go untreated in your mind, they're much harder to deal with at a later stage. So what is the goal then? The goal is to fuse it all together. It's to be working simultaneously because they fuse together. There is not one that comes first or one that comes after. You work on them at the same time. Now, there are going to be some scenarios in which focusing on your edge, understanding more of your strategy over a period of time will fix a lot of psychological issues. However, your edge and your understanding of the markets cannot fix emotional issues that are within you. Now, I'm not speaking about your childhood traumas. I'm not speaking about things that deep. I'm talking about your behaviors, your traits. If you're someone who has a very poor image of themselves, if you're someone who has low self-esteem, if you're someone who has a bad relationship with money and you've not been taught the financial literacy, you will have a tendency to have destructive behavior even when you do well. And that's why you can't just give a trader that knows their strategy inside and out, you can't just give them 7 figures of capital and expect them to execute on it. Why? Because there's certain boundaries, there's certain beliefs that you have to break through, and that takes a period of time. So the old argument is there's no point having an incredible mindset if you don't have an edge. I completely agree. That would be absolutely useless. The great news is finding an edge is not difficult. It never has been. There are many proven systems that have a statistical backed edge out there. And there are also equally the same amount of people that can't execute on it. If you don't have the discipline, if you don't have the mentality, if you don't know how to calm yourself down under pressure when it matters the most, it doesn't matter how good your edge is, you won't be able to execute on it. So it's in my belief that you need to be extremely competent. You need to be the best trader you can possibly be with your system. And it's an ongoing process. You're not going to get it over time. And that's the same with your mindset. You're not going to get that over time. You're still going to make errors. You're still going to make mistakes. What I have seen by coaching thousands of people over the years, the people that have the belief that they need to be the finished article, they need everything to align to make money, they don't usually make money. With trading, you can be in the right trade at the right time, and you can be on the right end of the sequence where you're just doing well. You might not be the finished article yet, but you know enough to make money. That can be true. But you'll also find those traders tend to give it back for emotional reasons. We've seen this with prop firms. We see people have record payouts and they just give it all back. And you can see from the trading data, it's emotional based decisions. If those people were able to calm themselves down under pressure when it mattered the most, they wouldn't be giving them trading account back. There are some elements in which that if you are just on the wrong end of the sequence, you could be the best trader in the world and it's just statistics. That's the territory that comes with trading. What I encourage every single one of you to do is focus less on what ratio psychology is, what ratio technicals are, and focus on becoming the well-rounded trader. The last thing you would want is being the best trader you can be. You understand everything about the markets. You might even know everything fundamentally as well. But if you have a tendency to be impulsive, if you lack the emotional control, if you don't know how to regulate your emotional state, those problems are going to follow you. And as the bigger a capital size that you have, it's going to be harder for you to execute that edge in the first place. You won't trust yourself to make those decisions. So the goal isn't to focus on one or the other. The goal is to doing them simultaneously so you can build a competent mind, have a proven system, and then you will become become the well-rounded trader. That, in a nutshell, is the trading trifecta. Now, you might ask me, how do I achieve that? Well, there's a formula to that. Have the system and have tools and resources that is going to help you build a mind that is essential for profitable trading. So the 3 points of the trading trifecta: you have your trading system, then you have your trading plan, and then you have your psychological framework. These 3 things have to fuse together for you to be the best trader that you can be. The question you always have to ask yourself is, why would you want to be the most proficient with your technicals, but then also not have a very competent mind, a disciplined mind, to be able to execute that edge in the first place? The argument should never be what's more important. It should be, what are you doing to accomplish all of them?